Okay, welcome to Reiki Call. This is Karen Harrison. My website is www.karenharrison.net. It is Wednesday, February. Well, it would have been February if it hadn't been several months lost due to coronavirus. Let's see, it's now May 20th, and I definitely do not know what day it is. All right, life has changed. Anyway, glad to see you all here for Reiki call. We are already kind of introduced ourselves. So I'm going to start with an opening prayer, and um, then I plan to offer the Holy Love meditation tonight because I figure everyone could probably use some stress relief with everything that's been going on. And then I guess after that, we'll see if there's any questions that anyone has. And then we'll share Reiki because that seems to be what everybody is really wanting to do, most of all right now, is to share Reiki with each other. So, if you've got Reiki, let's activate your Reiki, your power symbol. And let's see, Ashley's new to Reiki and everybody else has got Reiki training, right? Okay, so Ashley, just put your hands together and turn on love energy. That'll work. Okay, I'm gonna just power up my room a little bit here. Power symbols, four walls, ceiling, and the floor. And let's just all intend that we're holding hands and joined together. And welcome to 620. Can I put your name with your phone number?
Rebecca Rich.
Rebecca, welcome, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Okay, we're just getting ready to do the opening prayer. All right, so Father, Mother, God, sweet Holy Spirit, we are grateful to connect heart to heart through the Reiki energy and through this Reiki call. And we affirm that we are open and receptive to our highest healing now. We intend to set our personalities and egos aside to be clear and open channels for only the highest and holiest Reiki energy. We send this healing energy out to everyone who can benefit from it. We send it to our family, our friends, our pets, our plants, our homes, our places of work, to our world and our government leaders to be guided to make wise decisions for everyone and to heal the coronavirus, lifting it to a higher level of vibration where it can be transmuted from an illness into a blessing for the people. And we affirm that we are reaping the blessings of the coronavirus in the form of a new perspective on our lives, a new way of looking at things, a greater idea of our connection, our oneness, more time outside, a relief for the planet, blessings for our environment. And we are grateful for each and every one of you for the gift of Reiki. And so it is. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. All right. So the Holy Love meditation is one of the things that comes with the Holy Fire energy. And I'm going to mute you all. And then if you'd like to say anything, you can unmute yourself. I think for a phone, it's *6. Otherwise, you've got a mute and unmute button at the top right corner of your photo and at the bottom left of your screen until you see it. That way we won't have noise. Okay. All right. So, Holy Love is designed to install divine love into your heart and fill you up with a higher level of consciousness than normal human love. It helps to heal love issues. It's excuse me, it's nurturing and just helps you to feel better about yourself. You know, all of us tend to have old issues that can be hanging around, causing us problems. And so the Holy Love experience helps you to heal that. And all you need to do is intend to invite more love in. Okay, so it'll be a short guided meditation. Um, I've got some music that I'm going to be playing, and then we'll have about 15 minutes in the silence for you to have your own experience. And then I'll be bringing you back from the experience, and we can do a little sharing about that. Hello, Alaina. Welcome. Glad you're here.
Hello, thank you.
Yeah, we're just getting ready to do the Holy Love meditation. So for this, you don't need to have Reiki. Again, all you need to do is be open and receptive and intend to invite more divine love into your heart. So I'm going to start by playing the music and check the volume and see how it sounds for you all. And then you can kind of give me a thumbs up or thumbs down or, you know, too loud or turn it down a little bit. Oops. Tried to unmute. Is that better, Joe?
Yeah, that's a little better. Maybe even just a tiny bit lower still.
Okay. All right. What about for the rest of you? Can you all hear it louder? Okay. Well, the music is a little variable too, so that doesn't help. All right. Well, we definitely don't want it to go too loud, so we'll just go with this and see how it goes. You may be able to increase the volume of your speakers on your end. So let's just relax, sit back, take a deep breath, begin breathing deeply into your belly. And imagine that you're walking in a beautiful forest. And it's spring and the flowers are blooming. As you walk along in the forest, you see some white flowers and yellow and blue. And as you're walking along, you notice the path is made out of ground up evergreen trees. And with each step that you take, you smell evergreen and cedar. The energy of the earth flows up through the bottoms of your feet, connecting you to the earth. Overhead, there's some birds. As you're walking along, you notice some bunnies and squirrels. You begin feeling very peaceful Presently, you hear some running water, and you're drawn to a beautiful little brook with the water running over rocks. And beside the brook is some soft grass. So you decide to sit back. And the grass is so comfortable that you decide to lay down in the grass and listen to the water. Presently, you begin to gaze overhead. And as you gaze up into the sky, you see some puffy white clouds. Presently, the clouds begin to part, and a beautiful, amazing stream of light begins to shine down. The light begins to shine all around you and flow through you, filling you with warmth and feelings of safety and love. And this light is filled with the holy fire energy, and it's inviting you to take it in. It's filled with healing, nurturing love. And this love is just for you. Invite in more love and allow yourself to receive. As you feel ready, you can begin to slowly come back and take your time. And I invite you to just place your hands over your heart and take all that love in. Grateful for the gift of receiving divine love, increasing your capacity to love yourself. Breathing all that love in deeply, letting it flow through and spread through your entire body. And on out into your aura, filling your aura with divine love. And so we are grateful for you and the gift that you are on the planet, the love that you share. Your unique gifts. And so it is. You can now take some time to stretch or write, whatever you'd like to do. Take just a little bit to integrate. And then anyone that wants to share will have a little sharing time. Okay, would anyone like to share about your experience? Well, did anyone feel like you allowed a little bit more love in? If so, like, raise your hand. Okay, good. Yeah. Did you want to share something, Joe?
Those of us who are in holy fire, we know about the 12th heaven now, how far it goes up. We've studied all that. And I was fortunate before we got all confined to actually do a holy fire meditation in a group in a health food store. And one of the things I had explained to them about the heavens, and and they were very intrigued by it. And with the light that comes down from the sky and everything, I actually ask them, and what I do when you do it too, is I actually imagine that the light is actually coming from that highest heaven.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to enhance my experience for me anyway. Just thought I would share that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that one felt really powerful for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes, they feel really amazing and really powerful, and other times they just feel relaxing and peaceful. And, I just kind of roll with it. But this one was like, wow, like, whoa, a lot of energy I felt coming in tonight. That's always fun, and feel like consciousness is just descending and merging and flowing and expanding. Like, wow.
Great musical selection, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you. That's William Rand's suggestion of music to journal by. This is Julie True, Volume 4.
Oh, I'll write that down. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he likes us to use the Julie True music for the Holy Love, the Ocean of Holy Love. I happen to like Volume 4 the best. You can get it at julietrue.com. Okay, well, I thought I would take a couple of minutes, see if anybody had any questions um, that you would like to discuss. And if so, we'll take those. And if not, we'll roll into sharing some Reiki with each other. Anybody have any Reiki questions? Of course, I have lots that have come in. Yes, Sophie, what would you like to know?
Well, I guess it's indirectly related to Reiki. For me, my experience with this was really about allowing the self-love and self-compassion in. And I've noticed just so much more anxiety recently, as I think a lot of people have, and how often those of us that are pretty in tune and practicing the healing arts, we pick up on a lot of other people's anxiety and carry that with us, and it becomes overwhelming if we don't have a regular clearing practice. So for me, it was really profound just to hold space for myself, to allow the compassion and self-love.
Well, good. Yay. Well, that is what I've been hearing. And so I wrote Reiki for Empaths, Part 1 and Part 2. And I wrote it a few years ago, but empaths are having an especially hard time right now with all of the collective anxiety and sadness and depression that is going on. Um, so I'm sending that article out again with my monthly newsletter. Last month they sent out part 1. This month I'm going to send out part 2. But you can also find it on my website at www.karenharrison.net under Reiki articles. And then if you prefer a video, I have a Reiki for Empath video on my YouTube channel that you can find at Karen Harrison Reiki. But definitely empaths really will benefit from giving themselves Reiki every day. And then you can do the Kenyoku practice that we learn in class, where you brush yourself off. And if you don't remember how to do it, it doesn't really matter. Just brush, brush and tend to release and ground. This is also a perfect time to spend more time in nature, because empaths tend to not be well grounded, and that's one of the reasons that they tend to pick up other people's stuff. They're like the sponge, and so your aura becomes overfilled, cluttered, and collected with all sorts of stuff. But if you'll ground, you're going to flush that out. Okay? And one of my favorite ways to ground is to inhale energy from the earth up to your head, send it back down, exhale. You can also envision the power symbol flowing through you. That's nice. Up, down, and do that several times, intending to clear your energy. And then another thing is up, out your crown, clearing your aura. Again, up, out your crown, clearing your aura, clearing it all the way down to the ground, releasing and letting go not only all the stuff you picked up from others, but all the stuff that you might have going on. You know, you get our energy scattered. So, yes, great. Thanks. Any other questions or comments? Yes, Karen.
I wanted to thank you for that article. So I unmuted just, I wanted to thank you for that article. It arrived at a time where I had just acknowledged waves of sadness that I am not used to experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it makes sense in this time of the pandemic, and my work puts me between planning for things that may not even happen, and so many of our ordinary daily practice had to change.
Mm-hmm.
I would just sometimes be surprised that I was be doing fine, I'd be at work, I'd be interacting, and then suddenly just have this wave of sadness flow through and think, what am I going to do about this? And your article came, and I don't know about empath and whether I am one or I'm not one, but the label of highly sensitive people made sense to me, and it was very, very helpful. So I'm looking forward to part two. I thank you for that.
Oh, good. Well, thank you. Well, that'll be going out probably tomorrow. Yeah. Well, good. Well, you know, the thing to do when you feel a wave of sadness is to imagine it like a river and let it flow through you, you know, and activate your Reiki and give yourself Reiki, particularly wherever you feel that sadness. And, you know, and also if you kind of check in, you know, you can ask yourself, is this mine or is this somebody else's? Or is this just, you know, the kind of the collective energy here in my office or people that I'm hanging out with? And, you know, it may not be yours. You may just be feeling other people's stuff, and you can, you know, whether you think it's yours or not, you can just try telling yourself, okay, I don't think this is mine. I'm going to release it. Okay. And see, you know, see if that'll work.
For some time, without thinking about it, hand washing has been kind of cleaning in between. And now there's such emphasis on hand hygiene, and we're washing hands even more. But I do find that one to be really pleasing, just the feel of the water, rinsing off soap, and having that little time where nothing really needs to be said. Even if I'm in a room with a patient, they just understand, like, I'm over there washing my hands, but it's a real good collecting time for me. So that's one practice that I had before and have a new appreciation of now.
Yes, good point. And something that you can do to release whatever's there. You might also consider, I have an article on space clearing and blessing. And right now, highly sensitive people need to consider that more so than ever, because the energy in the area where you're working affects how you feel. And if people are coming in with sadness, anxiety, sickness, they're bringing that energy in, and they're, you know, some of that is staying in the room. So if you're working in that, then it's easy to not feel good. You know, so what do? We draw the power symbol on the four walls, the ceiling, floor, and then you can just sit there in the center of the room for a minute and intend to fill up the whole room with the Reiki energy. And I know when I'm doing counseling, I will clear and bless the energy in my room every day before I start, and then after any session that I have that is difficult, before the next person comes in. So the person doesn't come in and sit in the last person's energetic junk. Okay. Well, any other questions or comments?
Thank
Hey, Karen.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. So I was checking a lady's chakras today to see if she was in alignment,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I found that she was her root was wide open, sacral was slightly open, um, her solar plexus was wide open, heart was wide, her throat was open, but her third eye was closed, and her crown was slightly open, and I didn't know the correct, because I walk around pretty much wide open
Mm-hmm.
all of the time. And so I'd never seen that where it didn't even move, you know?
Uh-huh.
So I guess I had a question on that because I didn't have the answer to give her. If it
Oh.
was maybe just closed off that day or,
Oh, well, I wouldn't know the answer to that either, unless you're going to hang out with her all the time and check
yeah,
her chakras every day. So
no.
on my YouTube account at Karen Harrison Reiki, I have a video on how to check chakras with a pendulum and then how to open them. This is not a Reiki thing I learned. This is something I learned by combining a couple of other modalities, and then I've just used it for years. All you do, wherever a person has a blocked chakra, say it's here at the third eye, you would just have her imagine the color of the chakra, which, I usually go with indigo, and then have her spin it clockwise for about a minute, and then recheck the chakra with your pendulum, and it should be swinging open. And also, whenever a chakra is, there's not much energy flowing through it, or it seems to be stuck, if you'll clear that lower chakra, I think you said her, what was it, sacral chakra didn't have much energy flowing through it?
Yeah, she was, yeah, slightly open in her sacral and her crown, and then closed off in her third eye.
Okay. All right. Well, generally, if you'll have the person first work on the lowest chakra that seems to be somewhat blocked, um, then and spin that one. So sacral, that would be orange. Have her spin it right for about a minute, and then I just tell people if they typically have a chakra that is blocked, to do it every day. Every day 1 minute, that ought to keep it open. But the lower chakras
Clockwiser.
affect the upper.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. What were you going to say something, Rebecca?
Yes, clockwise,
Yeah,
or did you
just
say
spin it.
right?
Yeah, spin it clockwise, as though the person is looking at a clock on the wall.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can, again, check that out on my YouTube video. It's just something I like to check people's chakras oftentimes before I'll give them Reiki. And I have a very simple method, and you can see that on the video. I show how to check someone else's chakras and also how to check your own with the pendulum. And if you clear the lower chakra, then that it's kind of like clearing a kink in the hose, and it opens it up for the energy to flow all the way through.
I forgot about the walls. I haven't been doing the walls.
Oh, as far
Yeah,
as giving Reiki to the
well,
walls.
yeah. I've been walking into buildings and walking into doing doctor's visits and everything, and I walk in the waiting room, and it's just not protecting myself or doing the walls to
Mm-hmm.
get everybody's stuff out. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of anger too.
I
It's not
bet.
just anxiety, it's anger too.
Yeah, yeah. So, if you're a highly sensitive person, then before you leave home for the day, draw the power symbol in front of you, pull it in, and then one in front of each chakra and pull it in, intending to power up and strengthen your light, so that you are beaming that beautiful Reiki light everywhere you go, and it's helping to transmute and clear. And then, you know, if you go on to Reiki, Holy Fire Reiki Master, that is really the most powerful energy that I found for me for help as an empath, because it gives you access to this transmuting flame of energy. And of course, fire is transforming and transmuting. So that fire flame is just transforming everything everywhere I go. And then the energy, rarely bothers me wherever I go. Even when I would go to visit my mother in her nursing home before she passed away, recently, where the energy was really pretty low because she was in the memory care unit, where many of the people are nonverbal and in diapers, and it's the last place they go before they pass on.
Right.
And of course, the staff are stressed and long hours and underpaid, but the holy fire energy helped a lot.
Okay, I'm not getting your emails or getting your newsletter.
Oh, okay. Well, just you can either go to my website, KarenHarrison.net, and on the homepage, click subscribe, or you can email me to Karen@KarenHarrison.net, and I will add you to the email list.
All right.
Yeah, I have a monthly newsletter that I send out.
.net, huh?
Yes, .net. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's all send each other some Reiki here for a little bit. I think that would be really good. If you've not yet, taken a Reiki class, then just, sit back and receive. And, this one is only designed to be an hour experience, but my Reiki circle has gone online. It's the second and fourth Mondays of the month. It will not be this coming Monday, though, because it's a holiday. Um, and that is a 2-hour experience, from 7 to 9 p.m. Central on the second and fourth Mondays of the month. And if you want to be on that email list, you can also email me to Karen@KarenHarrison.net, and I will add you. It was just for our in-town people, but now I'm doing it online, and people from all over are joining. So even when I go back to offering it in person, I'll still be doing at least once a month online, because that's a lot of fun. Connect with you all. Okay, let's activate whatever Reiki symbols we feel guided to activate in our hands by drawing them or visualizing them, however you like to activate them. And then let's intend to send each other Reiki, and you can hold your hands up, you can hold your hands down, however you like to do it, whatever is comfortable for you. And let's also intend to send Reiki to heal all people and the coronavirus itself, transmuting it and lifting it to a higher level of consciousness where it turns out to be a blessing. I'll just turn the music back on. Now we bring this to a close as our time together is coming to an end. And I just give gratitude to each of you for joining us today, taking time out to immerse yourself in the Reiki energy. And I will be sending out a recording of this. So if you missed the Holy Love meditation, you can play it and do it later, or say you just want to repeat it. You can do that. I will be adding it to my website under Reiki Call, and I'll also be adding it to my YouTube channel at Karen Harrison Reiki, and loading it up to iTunes, as well as sending it out on the email for whoever is on my Reiki Call email list. So that's where you can find it. So I look forward to connecting with you all again. Thank you so much for joining us. And I wish you a beautiful evening and sweet dreams. Remember to Reiki your bed before you get in it. That'll help you to sleep better. To stand there and Reiki it. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop the recording. There we go.